In today's video, I'm going to go over each and every team, why I like each and every team from 30 to number 1. Stick around for number 1, you'd be surprised on who it is, but just stick around to the end, please. Please take it easy on me. This is nothing personal to do with fans. It has very, very little to do with fans on whether I'd like your team better or not. Personal preference. Please do not destroy me in the comment section. Starting off with the least liked team I root for, it is going to be the San Francisco Giants at the 30th spot. This is no surprise to anybody that watches my videos or knows me. Really, any Dodger fan you talk to, their least liked team should be the San Francisco Giants. And if it's not, that's kind of a problem. With that being said, the Giants have been really good to me. Great guys on their staff. So we get at number 29, we have the Boston Red Sox. Once again, I've been pretty vocal all my time on this channel. I do not like Boston. I just don't like Boston. I don't like the Red Sox especially. I just don't like the Red Sox. I don't care if you're a ex-Dodger. I cannot root for you on the Red Sox. It's kind of hard. I mean, I root for you, but it's kind of hard to root for you. Number 28, we have the Anaheim Angels. And this one may surprise people. It wasn't the Houston Astros. And took a turn here, but it's the Angels. You know what? The Angels are a sad franchise. And what is there to like about the Angels besides Orange County? Let's just be honest. Coming in at number 27, once again, I've been vocal about this. The Seattle Mariners. I don't really root for the Mariners at all. Seattle-based teams, I don't really root for them at all. And this is the case with the Mariners at 27, but I do like J-Rod. I like J-Rod. For 26, we have the Oakland Athletics. Again, I have really nothing to root for when it comes to Oakland. They're not a good team. They haven't been a good team for a little while now. They haven't really won anything recently, so I have nothing to root for with the A's. Number 25, we have the Milwaukee Brewers, and again, it's really nothing against Milwaukee. I just don't really root for them. I don't really root for them, especially since their jersey rebrand. Maybe like 5 years ago, they would have been like maybe somewhere around mid-tier, but right now, it's like 25. Come get to number 24, we got the Toronto Blue Jays, and I know people think I don't like Toronto or Canada, which I do. I really do, genuinely. But with that being said, the Blue Jays, you know what? I don't really hate the Blue Jays, but I'm not avidly rooting for the Blue Jays. 23 are the Kansas City Royals. Once again, kind of where you get into the blob teams where they're just kind of there. The Royals are one of those teams that are just kind of there. 22, the same thing with Detroit Tigers. We're going to go through an AL Central swing here. The Detroit Tigers, once again, I like a little bit better than the Royals, but nothing, I don't really actively root for them. Same thing with Chicago White Sox. I like their colors, but I don't really root for the White Sox on a day-to-day basis when I'm watching baseball. Number 20, the Minnesota Twins, and yeah, the same thing here. Twins are cool teams. Harker Field looks pretty nice, but I don't really root for the Twins at all. 19, the Cleveland Guardians. This is a team that also, once again, probably could have been a little bit higher on the list like 5-7 years ago. But at 19, the Guardians, you know, not the Indians, the Guardians. Number 19, I'm not too gung-ho about the Guardians. Number 18, we have the New York Mets. And I'm sorry, Mets fans, if you thought I rooted for you a little bit higher. But you know what, I don't really hate the Mets. But I like seeing the Mets win. I don't mind seeing the Mets win, but I'm not, like, rooting for the Mets on a day-to-day basis. Number 17, the Chicago Cubs. The Cubbies, you know, I like the Cubs. You know, at times I could root for the Cubs. Same thing with the Mets. I could root for the Mets at times. I could root for the Cubs at times. I don't really have nothing much against the Cubs. Number 16, we got the Philadelphia Phillies. Once again, I don't really have much against the Phillies. I like the Phillies. I like their uniforms. I like their players. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing bad to say about the Phillies. We get to number 15 on the list, and this might surprise people, it's the Houston Astros. Once again, 5 years ago, the Astros might have been like 29, challenging for 30th. But in today's day and age, in 2024, we got to think about it. It's 2024. And if you ask me, I am over the Astros cheating scandal. I genuinely don't care anymore about it. I let my anger out like a few years ago now. It's been so long since 2017. We are closer to 2030 than we are to 2017. I'm over it. I don't have any hatred for the Astros because the Astros have proved to us they are a good team. They know how to win without trash cans or whatever you want to call it. Not saying they didn't do it. I have no reason to really hate the Astros. They just kind of land right in the middle. Number 14, I have the Baltimore Orioles. Really hope they continue to trend up because I think the Orioles, good team, They got a lot of young players. I really hope I grow to kind of like these guys as they kind of mature into the big leagues. So we'll see where they end up in a few years. But right now, I do like the Orioles. I like their uniforms, Camden Yards. Yeah, I like Baltimore. Number 13, I have the Pittsburgh Pirates. Always been a pretty fun team to watch, even though they haven't made the playoffs in like forever. I do enjoy watching the Pirates and Pirate games. I do wish they would get good again, but I like the Pirates. Number 12, I have the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays, once again, I like watching Rays games, as weird as it may sound. Now, it can be a tough watch at times, watching at Tropicana Field and all that, dull and boring in there. But with that being said, I like the Rays team. I like the Rays franchise, and I wish them nothing but success. Number 11, I have the Washington Nationals. Like, I've really grown to like this Nationals team. Despite the ugly jersey reveals and all, I like this Nationals team. I think this team is going to win a World Series in the next 6 years. Come back in 6 years or so. But I like this team. I like where they're going. And I have nothing to hate about the Nationals. Number 10, I have the Miami Marlins. Once again, I have another Florida team here. I like the Marlins. They're a fun team. Like I mentioned in my last jersey video, are they even a real team? They're just kind of there, fun, they're frisky. I just like the Marlins. Hope they do well, but they don't really commit to winning for a long time. So yeah, they're just the Marlins. Number 9, I have the Cincinnati Reds. Now this Reds team really took my heart last summer. They really took my heart last summer. And they went from an empty ballpark to a field ballpark over the summer. It was absolutely cool to see the Cincinnati Reds games filled to the brim at Great American Ballpark. So Elly De La Cruz is super electric. I really like Elly De La Cruz. I know he kind of cooled off towards the end of last year, but I'm hoping for bigger and better things in 2024 for Elly De La Cruz. Number 8, I have the St. Louis Cardinals. You know what? 10 years ago, this team would have been around last place. When you have Goldschmidt and Arenado, I kind of like your team. The Cardinals do, in fact, have both of those guys, and so I like the Cardinals, and I love their jerseys. Busch Stadium, it's a cool backdrop. The seats are a little bit too red for me, but yeah, I have nothing to really hate about the Cardinals these days. Number 7 is the Colorado Rockies. So you're going to see a few NL West teams here, and that may shock people, but you know what, I see these guys the most, and you know what, it's just like, do I hate them? I mean, to a degree, like, they're your rivals. You're not supposed to necessarily like your rivals. To me, the Dodgers and Giants is a true NL West rivalry. So why would I ever really hate the Rockies? Like, why would I hate the Colorado Rockies? What have they ever done to the Dodgers? Somebody tell me in the comment section, what have the Rockies done to the Dodgers for me to hate them? Colorado, Denver, mountains, purple, like, what, Dinger, like, what is there not to like about the Rockies? Number 6 is the Atlanta Braves, and this is kind of a shocker to some perhaps, but I like the Braves uniforms. Atlanta, I love the A. I just like the Braves. I like their whole flavor, their whole attitude. It's a great team. They've treated me well. They're a fun team. Freddie Freeman was a former Brave. He's a Dodger now. Like I like the Braves, and I know the Dodgers and Braves have kind of clashed over the last few years, but the Dodgers have gotten the better of the Braves for the most part, so I don't really hate the Braves at all. I love the Tomahawk, so yeah, I like the Braves. Coming in at number 5, I have the Arizona Diamondbacks. So the Snakes make it at 5. They're a top 5 team that I genuinely root for or like. And some of these, I must add, like the broadcast on some of these teams that I generally like are really fun, really good broadcasts. Most of the teams have pretty good broadcast groups, but some stand out more than others, and the D-backs especially. I love the D-backs broadcast, so watching D-backs games is super fun to watch because they're always super homer and they're always super into it with a lot of energy, and animals, a snake, kind of have to like Arizona. Coming in at number 4, we have the New York Yankees. I've never hated the Yankees. In fact, I was a Yankee fan part-time for like 1 year. They're actually my first love. Believe it or not, the Yankees were my first love, only because I played T-ball with the Yankees, and so I was kind of a Yankee fan because of that. Like 6 years old, and I became a Dodger fan. Like the Yankees, the New York cap, the New York jersey, pinstripes. I know it's popular to hate on the Yankees, but for me, I like the Yankees and genuinely want them to win most of the time that I watch them. Getting number 3 on the list is going to be the San Diego Padres, and I know this one isn't a popular opinion. My favorite player is Fernando Tatis Jr., and who does he play for? The San Diego Padres. So unless Tatis Jr. gets traded from San Diego to a random team, you name it, I'll probably like that team more than I like the Padres. But since Tatis is a Padre, I root for the guy heavily, and I root for the Padres because of that. I love the brown jerseys. 2 on the list is going to be the Texas Rangers. You know what? I've always loved the Rangers jerseys. Their jerseys now, A little bit less than their old ones, but I still like the color scheme. I love that they stand for Texas, and everything about Texas embodies the Rangers. And Corey Seager is a Texas Ranger. He's one of my favorite Dodgers. And now he won the World Series MVP. He's absolutely lighting it up in Texas. He's really made that ballpark the house that Corey built, if I might add, winning with the Dodgers in 2020. World Series run was really fun last year. I like the Rangers, and I was really happy that they won the World Series last year. The number one team that I like is the Dodgers, or I root for, whatever you want to call it. I've lived here all my life. They are the hometown team. That's never going to change for me. I know I get hate comments that, oh, they're going to let you down forever, and it's just like, okay, I mean, that's fine. It's part of being a fan, going through the ups and downs, going through the thick and thin times. That's part of being a fan. Nobody gives you the thick and thin times like the Dodgers. Really test your loyalty to being a fan. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And at the end of the day, we all just love baseball.